guys, today I'm going to be giving you some pros and cons about owning a hamster. Before I get into this video, I just want to let you guys know we just hit 3 subs, which I'm really excited for, and I thank you guys so much for that. So let's go on and get to the video. So the first pro about owning a hamster is that they are not smelly. If you can smell things really easily from really far away, it might be smelly to you, but I don't really think they have much of a smell. Their urine, if you only clean it out once a month, of course it's going to have a smell, but if you clean it out every 2 to 3 weeks like you were supposed to, then it's not going to have a smell. Every month, yeah, it'll have a smell, but every 2 to 3 weeks it won't have a smell and it'll be just fine. Their poop does not smell. Their urine has kind of a distinct smell, but it's not horrible. It's not like human pee or anything. So yeah. The next pro is that they are just so cute to look at. They have the cutest little faces in the whole wide world. That is the biggest pro for me because they're adorable. I just want to hug them every time that I see one. So that is a big pro, especially for me. So yeah. The next pro is that you can buy so many toys for hamsters. It's really not funny. I know you can get, if you have a cat, you can buy a bunch of cat toys. Or if you have a dog, you can buy a bunch of dog toys. But I love buying hamster toys, especially because I love seeing the new ones on the market. And I don't know if I'm weird for doing that or for thinking that, but I just love buying things for hamsters. I don't know why. So yeah. The next pro is that they are easy to clean up after and they don't take much time and work to do it. So if you're thinking, I want a hamster but I don't want to have to clean up after it as much as I've seen other owners do, it might seem like they're cleaning it up a lot, but that's really not healthy for the hamster. You should only be cleaning out the cage 2 to 3 weeks, and if you're not doing that, and if you're only doing it from maybe a week to 3 days, which I used to do with all my hamsters, that is so wrong because they never have new, they always have new stuff. And for once, it would feel like someone was going into your room and switching around your stuff and moving things around. So I would not do that. So yeah. The next pro is that they're really fun to play with, and I think they're just really fun to watch. Even if you don't really want to pick up your hamster, you can still just watch it and play with it in the cage and just have fun with it. And it's really easy to do that. So yeah. Now we're moving on to the cons, which were really hard to find, but I did find about 5, so yeah. The first con is that you do have to clean up their cage. I mean, it's something you have to do to keep your room or your hamster cage smelling okay. So you do have to clean up their cage. I know it's horrible, but yeah. The next con is that you will be spending $50 a month on these animals. I know it seems incredibly insane that you're spending that much money on a hamster, I know. But you do have to spend a lot of money on it a month for food, food, bedding, and toys, and other things as well that it needs to stay alive and healthy. The next con is that when you have a cat and you also have a hamster, sometimes cats can be very aggressive around smaller animals like hamsters, so I would recommend trying to keep your cat and your hamster away from each other as much as possible. It is not good when you have that, but if you have already gotten the hamster and if you just gotten the cat, then I would recommend just trying to shut the door whenever possible when you're not in your room. The next con about owning a hamster is that you do have to pick certain kinds of things for them, and sometimes those certain kinds of things, if you're picking a certain kind of food, if your hamster is supposed to be on one diet, it can be really expensive to get that diet. I know a lot of people think that because they have a dwarf hamster, their hamster has to be on dwarf hamster harvest. If you have a dwarf hamster, you can put your hamster on dwarf hamster harvest, but it's more healthier for dwarfs. But if you don't have the money, it's perfectly okay. All foods are healthy for hamsters. It doesn't matter what species. So yeah. I meant what domesticated species. The next con is that you do have to give them a lot of attention. This will be the last con, by the way. You do have to give them a lot of attention, and yeah, that's not always the best thing with some people, because some people just are no, I don't want to touch it. I just want to see it and look at it. And so you do have to give them attention. You don't necessarily have to hold them, but you do have to play with them. If you're not wanting to do that, then you probably should not have a hamster because they do need a lot of attention and playtime. And if their owner doesn't play with them, they'll just be bored. So, yeah. Bye, guys!